If I'm being honest, I really delayed filming this video for a while. Not because I'm too busy to make it, but because this doesn't look like what social media says success should look like. There's no supercars, there's no luxury apartment, just an alarm, breakfast, and another normal day for me. And my normal day at the moment is very jam-packed with as much as I possibly can get done to achieve my goals. So this currently is day in the life of a novice trader. When I first wake up, I actually make a nice drink. Basically, it has water, cinnamon, lemon, apple cider vinegar, and some salt in it. This just helps your body kind of get hydrated and ready for the day. And recently, I've just been trying to really improve my health, and this can help basically clear your system out before kind of having some coffee, because if you don't know, coffee spikes your cortisol if you drink it. So I try and not have it first thing in the morning, and instead I've replaced that habit with this drink. I found that through my journey, all I really had to do to optimize as much as I could and get as much as I could out of each and every day, it was just optimizing my health. Because if I drink alcohol, or if I play up, or if I eat bad food, I just suffer in all the areas that I want to perform in. And although it can be really hard to be strict and disciplined 24/7, this is what has made the huge difference between me not being able to perform to me being able to fit trading, YouTube, a full-time job in. And I guess this is what it takes to make my dreams come true. And if that's the case, I'm more willing to sacrifice the unhealthy food that honestly doesn't make us feel very good anyways. Now, after this drink, the next thing I do is I go ahead and do some Qigong. For those of you who don't know what Qigong is, it's a practice from China, basically to get the body moving, to get the body flowing, and to get your breathing in sync, basically to get that blood flowing and your oxygen levels up in the morning. So it just gets everything nice and loose, and it kind of just puts you in the right energy focus for the day, is what I would call it. It definitely makes me feel better. I feel more awake, and it just gives me that moment to kind of just be still with this busy life that I do have, where I'm trying to strive for my dreams constantly. I rarely have time to just be and feel my body and be present, and this gives me a chance to do this. But if I'm being honest, I don't do it all the time. And it's not because I don't love it, but life gets so busy that sometimes you just don't get a chance to do it. You sleep in a little longer because you had a late night. Whatever it may be, your life isn't perfect. Right now, life isn't exactly how I would love it to be. And that was hard to accept when making this video. I couldn't do the exact day in the life that I wanted to, and I can't fit everything in that I would like to. My life is so busy at the moment, and if I'm being honest, that's not exactly how I would like my life to be. But I have to stay positive, and I have to give myself and my body times like this in the morning when I do Qigong, just to kind of center myself. Remember what I'm working for, remember what I'm doing it for, and know that as long as I take it one step at a time, I can make that dream a reality. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see there, but I did accidentally hit Prince in the head when I was doing Qigong. Poor boy. He was okay though, and he still clearly wanted pats even after that incident. After Qigong, I sit down, I drink my drink, and I just start to journal. The journaling isn't always about trading. It's about my life. It's about what's going on in my life, what I'm struggling with, because lately I've been trying my best to reflect on myself. And I feel trading caused this in me because I realized there was things that I was feeling that were interrupting my trading. I was, and still am, honestly, I'm desperate to get to success, but that desperate emotion causes me to make a lot of mistakes in my trading, whether it's taking profit too early because I'm scared to lose the profit I have, taking silly trades because you just want that trade because you want to be one step closer to that goal. And coming from a person that came from a working class family, all I wanted to do was just work as hard as I could, because in my mind, that's how you get closer to your goal. And so I keep making these mistakes. This time to journal for me, I just sit and reflect on how I'm feeling and try and remind myself that me doing that is not going to make it come any quicker, especially when it comes to trading. After the journaling is done, I go ahead and make myself a bowl of Weet-Bix, or sometimes I just do 2 boiled eggs. It depends if I'm trying to cut or if I'm on my period. Normally I'll go for the Weet-Bix because that's my go-to when I want something a little bit more filling. But if I'm trying to cut and get a little bit leaner, I will go for the eggs. In this case, I went for the Weet-Bix. When I was a kid, I actually used to put so much sugar on my Weet-Bix. It's unbelievable. Leave a comment below if you did the same. Now I go for the healthier option, which is some honey. Once I have eaten, it is time to get dressed, and no, you're not coming in the closet with me. Once I'm all dressed, I put on my watch and it's time to go ahead and pack my lunch. I normally get my coffee ready here because I'm still kind of on this side of the house, so I'll pack my lunch. You can see I've got some chia pudding. I normally put some protein powder in this. You can see that I've got some cut up vegetables there. I've got a banana, a chili hot stick. I love hot food. It's my favorite. I also fill up my bottle of water. Got to make sure to stay hydrated. Most important thing for your brain is to stay hydrated. Now for my coffee, I actually put creatine in my coffee. Again, this is really good for your muscles when you're exercising, but it's also good for the brain performance. So I love putting this in my coffee. I normally also put collagen, but at the time of this video, I was actually out of collagen, unfortunately. So I had to go without. So this is where all the normal stuff comes in. And even in this video, you won't really see the prep that goes into this. And what I mean by that is on Sundays, I'll cut my vegetables up. I'll make my hummus. I'll cut my fruit up. I'll kind of get everything ready. I'll make the chia puddings. And this is something that isn't shown in this video, but we have to know because there's so much prep to go into being able to fit everything in, and that's sacrificing the weekend. It's not as simple as weekend comes around and I can have a break. It's then prepping for another week ahead and making sure that I am prepared to fit as much as I can in that week. So after I've made all that, I will go ahead and put makeup on. So I go in my spare room. This is actually my trading room as well. You guys would recognize the background. I put all my stuff out and I go ahead and do my makeup and my hair. And during this time, I normally will go ahead and listen to an audiobook or a podcast. Because I'm so busy, I struggle to read as many books as I would like. I try and read a little bit on my break or a little bit at nighttime, but I just can't fit that many physical books in. So what I like to do is I listen to an audiobook, and I'm crazy. I normally listen to it anywhere between 1.5 to 2 times the normal speed. And this just allows me to actually read as many books that I can without having as much time available because I'm just so busy most of the time. Sometimes when I'm doing my makeup, if I'm not listening to the audiobook, this is time to reflect more on my trading and not so much on the chart, but just emotionally, how am I feeling? What else could I be doing in my life? How can I get better? How can I deal with the things that I'm dealing with better? Where are the bottlenecks in my life? Because I'm trying to optimize as much as I can in my life to make my life as good as it can be while it's so busy and while I'm still working full time. And I'm kind of in this building stage right now, and all I can do is optimize and try and make it as enjoyable as I possibly can because that's all I have. For so long, I was beating myself up because I didn't know what to do. I felt stuck. I felt like because I have to work full time and because I didn't start this trading journey when I was still living at home with my parents, I didn't start it when I didn't have too many bills to pay or anything like that. I started it in the midst of adulthood. I had a mortgage. I had bills, I had to have a job. And for a very long time, and even in sometimes now where I really run myself down and I get burnt out, I go, maybe it's just impossible to do it whilst I'm doing everything else. But I have to stay strong. I have to stay positive and know that all I can do is optimize and just take it one step a day. And I guess that's why I decided to make this video. For anyone out there who does work full time but wants to make it in trading, don't give up. Just go one day at a time, optimize your life. And sometimes optimizing it doesn't translate for an easier life right away because you've got to get into that routine. And sometimes it feels busier because on the weekends you're then having to prep your food or do things on the weekend. But I just want you to know that it will help you feel like you get more done within a week. And just take it one day at a time, 1% improvements at a time. That's all you can do. After my makeup, I do go ahead and brush my teeth. This is my favorite time to brush my teeth just because I've eaten and I've also put makeup on, and sometimes makeup gets on your lips. So this gives me a chance to get that off. Once that's done, I go ahead and grab all my stuff and leave. I put on my shoes in my garage, and my dog, Promise, she loves to greet me when I'm putting my shoes on. This is her little goodbye. Prince obviously wasn't my friend, maybe because I accidentally hit him during Qigong, but that's okay. Normally he does come greet me as well. On my drive to work, as I said, I do listen to an audiobook or a podcast. So that's exactly what I did. My drive in the mornings is normally about an hour long, and on the way home, it's about half an hour. So it's a lot of time that I need to fill. So the way I fill that is simply listening to books, because I try my best to feel like I'm not wasting as much time. Then it's to work, talking to clients, writing broker notes, all of that good stuff. I really try my best to focus on my work when I'm there. I try and be present as much as I can and kind of leave my trading and YouTube at the door when I walk in. Once it's lunch break, I go ahead. I normally, first things first, I will actually journal my trades. I want to get that out of the way. If I do have a little bit of time, if I haven't already planned the YouTube video for the weekend, I will go ahead and do that on my break as well. I'll do some research. I will brainstorm some YouTube ideas and start scripting and kind of putting a video together. If I'm lucky, sometimes I get a little second to read one of my physical books, which is really nice, because sometimes it's so much more peaceful being able to actually just sit there and read a physical book rather than listening to an audiobook on 2x speed. It just feels a little bit more present, a little bit more quiet, and just a little bit more peaceful. After the break, it is back to work, and it's tough. I still go to work, and it's still full-time, and it's not a full-time trading life yet. And I'm not even sure if I need to be trading full-time. Maybe just part-time work, part-time trading would be nice. But it still messes with my head some days. I feel like I'm behind or I'm doing something wrong because I'm not successful yet. And this can beat me down, especially when I'm doing things 24/7. It can be really exhausting. At the moment, the physical book that I am reading is The Monk That Sold His Ferrari, and I can't wait. I'm actually doing a video on it very shortly because it's actually a really good book. So stay tuned in for that. And it's back to work. As you can see, I take every second of the day to fill in the cracks with anything I can, from trading to YouTube, because that's all I can do, and that's reality. And I hope you guys see that, and I hope you enjoy this video, because it is a reality for most people at the beginning. After work, it's normally when I'm tired, and this is where I need to reset my head. I move my body to clear the noise from the day. If I don't do this before I trade, I bring stress to the charts, and that never ends well. I then meditate to clear my head, get calm and focused. Then I visualize my game plan properly. I even visualize me making losses and basically reacting to them with a neutral mindset. So just trying to get my headspace clear for the game plan of the day, to follow my plan that I have in place, and to basically, if I have a loss, to have better reactions when I do have a loss. Trying to train my mind to handle them much better. Once I've done my meditation, I go ahead and I trade. And now I'm actually doing live streams, which is really exciting. So between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, I do a live stream. And honestly, it has been amazing, guys. Henry, Steve, all of you guys that tune in to the live streams, Nathan, all of them, I just so grateful for you guys. After a week of doing a live stream, it has just honestly changed my week completely. I feel so less isolated. As you guys would have seen through this video, my life is jam-packed, and a lot of the time I don't get time for socializing and feeling connected to people. So it just makes trading so much better. In our live stream, we talk about the levels we're looking at, the tickers we're looking at, and we even have a joke and a laugh about random things, and it's just amazing. So if you guys do want to join, I would love to see you there. Again, it's between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. After the trading session, it's time for a shower. I normally have a long, hot shower just to kind of reset, because it's been such a long day. This is the first time that I kind of stop. And a lot of the time I have a lot on my mind after the trading session, maybe some trades I took. I've got some stuff on my mind about work. So I really just take my time in winding down in the shower. Once that's done, I go ahead and I read. Again, this is one of those things that maybe I don't do every night. Maybe it's too late and I need to prioritize sleep. Maybe I'm just not feeling like it because I'm feeling a little bit emotional after my trading session. But I try my best to fit this in, because again, it's one of the only times that I get a chance to read a physical book, which I really enjoy. Normally, if I do read before bed, I do get a much better sleep. Sometimes if I don't read, I will journal. I'll write down my mistakes, anything that I can think about that I need to just get out so I can go ahead and get a good sleep as well. But most times I will default to reading because I'm just so excited to read the book I'm reading at the moment. One day I want to remake this video, not to show off a new lifestyle with a Lamborghini or a ton of money, but to show what this phase built, because that's what this video represents. It doesn't represent the goals or the dream that I'm trying to build. It represents what I am trying to become. It represents someone who is trying to build and just making it work and taking it one day at a time. This is the beginning for me. It's not pretty, but it's real. And I'm not quitting. I hope in this video you saw part of yourself in this, and I hope you took something from it. If you take anything, optimize your life, do anything you can to make it work. Because the people who truly have a strong urge to make their dreams come true will take it one step at a time, improve one step at a time, and do whatever it takes. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.